Hi, everyone. It's Georgia, and welcome to Mama's Soul Food. I thought I would connect with you on this very beautiful day and just share some things that have been happening with me. One of the things that I always worry about when I make these videos is, you know, if I'm delivering anything of value, okay? And there's two reasons why I know I'm delivering something of value. Number one, it makes me feel good to share the stories of my life, share the incidences that bring me life meaning. So, in and of itself, there's sort of a sense that I have to share some of the things that happen with me. I don't know if it connects with everybody in the same way, but I know I feel like I have to share. And sharing is such an important and simple way that we can find each other and encourage each other forward. But the other thing that I think that what we do has value, especially if you're doing something that you are doing with good intentions, just wanting to kind of contribute to the well being of other people or communities or organizations. The mere effort, the mere effort demonstrates value. That was a B. And they're cranky now. It's right before fall. The mere effort. And effort is energy. So, in this world, we put so much emphasis on material accumulation and achievements and having things, and those are all wonderful things. But we never give effort the real validation it requires. Because without the effort, no matter how far you go with a task, it doesn't matter. So, in terms of what you put into every single day and what I put into, I celebrate that. It's funny, I was at a gathering a couple weeks ago, and because my life took many interesting turns because of my illness, that I had to move through fibromyalgia and CPTSD. I didn't kind of hit the milestones that most people hit by the time they're in their 60s. In fact, in terms of achievement milestones, I don't think I could say that I accumulated a lot. Yeah. But someone was talking with me about my success and how successful I am and how successful I'm going to be. And I appreciate that perspective. But the one thing I said to that person was, what I really celebrate is that I am among the 1% of people who recovered from fibromyalgia. That's what I really celebrate because all of the effort that went into healing paid off in successes that not a lot of people could understand. Because when you're facing death or disability, the ability to come back, man, that's what should go on a resume. And I'm sharing that because I just want to acknowledge that regardless of our material successes, and I celebrate all of those and want even more. But the core lesson of what should we really be celebrating? It's our strength and our effort to keep moving forward and improving our lives. And just imagine how you would feel at the end of the day in your personal reflection if you just allowed that space to celebrate getting through the day, getting through the crisis, getting through the breakup, getting through having to rewrite your resume. If every movement forward was to be celebrated versus how we often evaluate ourselves. You know, did I make enough money? Do people like me? You know what I mean? Am I popular? Uh, if we just honored the survival capacity within us all and the vibrant life capacity, I'm telling you, we would really just take a minute and see how far we have all really come. So I don't know why I just wanted to share that, but that was part of one of the things I just had to finally acknowledge that I could give two hills of beans. What I could give, I don't want to swear, but I couldn't care less, honestly, about everything I have or don't have. But boy, did I accumulate wealth within the wealth of strength, dignity, self respect, and knowing who I am, and knowing that who I am changes and grows all the time. So I celebrate you in that respect as well. We have realized so much in this beautiful life, and it's important to take time and honor all that you've done and how you've grown and changed. It's beautiful, beautiful crystal. It's a quartz crystal, heart. This energy is what you deserve. This energy is what I deserve. And if you're not getting it from the right kind of people, then give it to yourself and get some new people. Another story I wanted to say today is a story about kind of a little magic. And it's funny when you have little flares of magic going off in your life and you know that there's something dancing with you in the universe. And this is one of those stories. So recently my mother passed away 12 months ago. And during the time that I was taking care of my mother, I helped her for 8 years. And towards the last part of our time together, really one of the few last visits I had with her, I was in her room and suddenly I looked up in the window and there was a huge grasshopper. I mean, it was as big as a praying mantis. And this thing was the biggest grasshopper I have ever seen. And it must have been, I don't must have been, it was in fall, maybe last year or the year before. Quite honestly, I can't remember anymore. It's all a blur, but I remember the grasshopper. And my mom and I looked at that thing. She could see it. It was so big. And we had to get the nursing staff, and they came in and they were all, oh my God, I've never seen anything that big. Finally had to get a maintenance person in because I was kind of intimidated by this huge grasshopper. And of course, grasshoppers are not only a sign of good luck, but they kind of symbolize that you're sort of in the right place at the right time, right where you're supposed to be, and that you're on a divine path. So my mom and I had a nice conversation about that. Fast forward a couple years later, and after my mom has passed away, um, I was grateful because she had left me a little gift, and I was able to get a car, which I needed. So I drove away from the car place in this car, which I enjoy and love. And I got in the car, and as I'm driving on the highway, something starts bouncing around the car. And lo and behold, a grasshopper lands on my leg. Now, you can say what you want about irony and stories and synchronicities, and maybe it's just luck. I don't know. But for me, it was my mom saying, "You're on the right path. Good things are coming. Celebrate you." And the reason why this message was so important was that when my mom was alive, we didn't always see eye to eye about things. We didn't see eye to eye about a variety of things. And much of the time we spent together during those 8 years was about coming to peace about the things that we did not feel we could see eye to eye about, or letting go of it. So my mom and I spent all that time clearing the air, getting rid of the bad karma, and moving forward in honesty. And it wasn't always comfortable, but we did it. We walked through it, and we had tough conversations, and we had good conversations. And at the end of the day, I was at peace. Now, once again, when that person asked me, how you doing with your life, Georgia? How's your success? You know, are you making enough money? Are you going to live? Are you going to be okay when you die? I mean, so much fear and worry. And I couldn't even begin to explain the worth of the grasshopper conversations with my mom, and how that, I think it just changed and made the quality of my life so much better. You see what I mean? We think some things are so important and valuable, and they are. We all need shelter and space and income and entertainment. But at the end of the day, I know what brings me peace. And it has nothing to do with the stuff. It has to do with the stuff, with the heart. So, with that being said, I just think it's pretty cool how we get these little symbols and signs to let us know you're on the right path. So keep your eyes open today. You never know what's going to hop into your periphery in order to remind you that you're on the right path. I mean, it might not be perfect in your eyes, but you're creating that. Keep moving. Let's see what the well-being cards offer us today. I choose my unique path to joy. It's cool because it's a little boat. It's got two people in it and it's fall colors. No one can create your experience, for no one can control where you direct your thoughts. On the path to your happiness, you would discover all you want to be, do, or have. No one can create your experience because no one can direct your thoughts. I just want to emphasize that again because your experience is not what others do or what happens to you. You are creating it with your thoughts. Even a negative experience is created by how we think about it. And that part is the path that we are forging. Now, how I think about something, even the grasshopper, I could have been terrified. I'll never, even when I was in the car, that it landed on me and I wasn't sure what it was. And I said, oh, please don't let it be a scary, ugly bug. Please don't let it be a bug that bites. I literally, and then I kept telling myself, it's a nice bug. It's a nice. This all happened in the span of like of a minute. And then I looked it down. We are so ridiculous. And there it was, a grasshopper. And I chose to think about it in a way that was affirming. Did that open my path to happiness? You're dang right it did. It opened up a path to meaning and a nice little smile for the day. So, for what it's worth, find your unique path to joy. It's yours. It's your unique path. I'm sure you've got all kinds of things to fill it with. Have a good day. If I could figure out how to turn this off, there we go.